fine.
That's the good thing about this class is that you have an instant gratification that you can read certain words and certain phrases and things like that. That's kind of what I like about this. So
how many more classes do we have? Up to when?
we're going till June 12th, but we have a few in the middle that we're skipping.
Oh, okay.
So, here's my thing. I was like, what did my husband, this is my husband's desk I'm sitting at. I'm like, what did my husband do with my thing? We are actually like 3 classes ahead of where I thought we'd be. So, so we're in pretty good hands. So we've got a couple of classes we're not going to have. I think we'll be okay though. We'll be fine.
Okay.
So, like I said, I'm hoping by Pesach, to have a good chunk of, what we're reading. So that should be good. So. I only had one person say they couldn't come tonight. So we'll give it a few more minutes. And I'm just looking at my email.
It would be fabulous to learn a little bit of the Haggadah before Pesach. That would be fabulous.
My intention is that the class before Pesach, that I will, scan in some pages of the Haggadah that we can read, some pieces. I'm hoping like maybe one of the Kiddushes or something like that. So we'll see if we can get there.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I want to wait another class.
Nice.
I want to wait another week or two before I start looking at it because I'll know where we're at.
Yeah.
We're going at a little bit faster than my original pace that I planned it. So.
Oh,
So did everybody have a good week?
Yes.
yeah. It went by all too quickly. But for you, it probably went slow. You just wanted him to get out of Poland.
No, it went by very quickly. I was very busy. I was very busy this week. I had a lot of plans. So I was kind of, and today I left the house at 8 o'clock in the morning and I just got home right before I came on the Zoom. So I've been running all day long. So I'm kind of glad. I'm glad I don't have plans for the next night or two because I could really just use a little relaxing evening of doing nothing.
So there aren't enough hours in the day for you.
Right. I always say, I work full time. I always say, I don't know what's busier, my weeks or my weekends. I get through the week and I'm so busy and I can't wait for the weekend. And then all of a sudden the weekend's gone and Monday comes and, I actually, when I came up here to my bedroom, we have like a little alcove office in our bedroom. I dragged up with me a step ladder and light bulbs because when I sat on the toilet this morning, the light bulb above the toilet's out. So that's what I'm going to do after the class, after I record and email you, so I don't forget this week. I'm going to change the light bulb. So, that'll be my eventful evening. So, but I did make all of my meals for the week, so I don't have to worry about cooking every night. When you're my husband's away on business for 2 weeks and my son's gone. So I'm by myself. And so last week I was like, why am I making myself dinner every night? This is crazy, and I don't like to eat out. So I made a bunch of things last night. I cooked a little bit and I have a bunch of things ready to go. So
You're in Teaneck? Are you in Teaneck?
Yeah, I am.
Is Veggie Heaven still there?
It is.
Oh,
It is.
my favorite place. I haven't been down for a while. I'd go and I'd just bring, like so much takeout to get home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we like Veggie Heaven. It's one of our one of our summer, sometimes Shabbos meals where like I'll go
Mhm.
pick it up and bring it home and just eat it, that night. It's nice.
Yeah. It's sort of this weird thing because my husband and I are vegan. So Veggie Heaven is vegan, but they have analog foods like spare ribs, which obviously aren't pork. I mean, it's all kosher, but it's this weird thing of like, it's vegan pork. So it's not pork, but
Right.
it's still kosher. So it's
I
a very
find the
strange-
same thing with like their fish, like lobster and scallops. And I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah. Like the straight fish. Right.
you
so
know,
Isn't it cod? Isn't it cod though? I mean,
probably, yeah,
I
probably.
think that's
it's
what it
vegan.
is.
It's vegan. There's
Oh,
no
it's vegan,
animal
right?
products.
It's not
It's
even,
vegan.
yeah.
There's no
Oh,
fish.
so
There's
there's no
nothing.
fish. Oh,
Right,
okay.
Veggie Heaven's all vegan, so, but it's delicious.
A few years ago, a friend of mine from California visited, and I lived in Jupiter, Florida at that time, and so we had to find a vegan restaurant. We had a lot of vegetarian, we could vegan. Now, wherever you go, you can find vegan. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I've been vegan for over 20 years.
wow.
And 20 years ago, there was nothing to eat. Now it's like you can go to Burger King. You can go to Kentucky Fried Chicken. It
Right.
blows my mind.
But you know what, Beth? We went out to Yard House a couple weeks ago and I had one of the Impossible Burgers. It was the first time I had it. And I found that by the time I cut the burger in half before I ate it, just easier to eat.
Yeah.
And by the time I finished half of the burger, I was so full and I was very gassy that whole night. And then a few weeks later, I had another something that had Impossible Burger. I think that something in there doesn't agree with me. So
my
I got
husband says there's certain things that don't agree. I mean, and we've been vegan forever, right? But
Right,
it's like
right,
there's
right.
certain things that, like, as they make these processed things, it's like it doesn't necessarily
yeah,
agree with you too much. So
exactly.
yeah, it's too easy, right?
My husband's like, you just eat too healthy for this kind of stuff. I was like, maybe.
You shocked your system with this process.
Right. All of a sudden you eat something that you haven't eaten in a long time and your stomach really like rebels against you because, I make my own chicken stock and vegetable stock and I make my own granola bars and, I have to watch my salt and my sugar. So I very much, everything that you buy processed has way too much sodium and way too much sugar. So I try to make my own of everything that I can. I make my own kefir, so when I
How do
eat
you
out,
make that?
kefir,
You make it with yogurt, the kefir? Do you
there are
make it with
special
yogurt or-
kefir grains that you buy them once and you use them forever, and you just put regular milk in it and you leave it on the counter and it will create the kefir, and you pull the
Oh.
kefir off the top and then you take and you strain it out and you take the grains and you make more kefir the next day. So you have to really do it every day. So if I go
Like
away for a
yogurt
weekend,
cup.
if I go away for a weekend, I actually leave them in water so that they stay there. And then I have to waste a glass of milk on them one day and then they'll regenerate and then I start again.
Gotta
So
get a babysitter.
exactly. It's somebody said to me, oh, you're going to get a dog now that you're by yourself. I'm like, no, I don't want to add to my family. I'm good. I don't need to do anything. So, all right, 7:38, let's get going. So anybody want to review anything? Like I said, I apologize for sending it late. From now on, after the class, I'm actually just going to record it. And Alice had a great idea, and I'm going to take her up on it, that when I read the words, I'm going to pause in between each word. So if you want to repeat it while I'm doing it, that you can. Okay. So I will record it that way when I go to record something where I'll say the word, I'll pause so that you could say the word, and then I'll say the next word. Okay. So I'll do it slower. So maybe more than one recording because I'm pausing in between and that sort of thing. And everybody's able to get the recordings the way I'm doing it, right? I'm doing it on my iPhone on the voice memo, and then I'm emailing it to you and you can do it. Okay, good. All right. So the reason I stopped we're on page 15. Any questions on the last lesson, the last couple of pages before we move on? Everybody's good? Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so the reason I stopped last time is I didn't want to teach you 2 silent letters in one night. I thought that would confuse you. So we stopped, so we stopped there. So this is another silent letter, just like the ayin, it's going to take on whatever vowel is underneath it as its sound, right? So, so if we're on page 15, let's read the first line together. Lots of vowels here. E, Perfect. Perfect. Anybody not want to be called on tonight? Okay, good. Line 2, Lila.
Ich, eich, ech, och, ach.
Perfect. Claire, line 3.
ach, ach, he, ache.
Yes. Okay. It's che, and I don't know if it's just from, it's hard with the ch sound. I know you're struggling. So, so it's more of the a, but that's okay.
So it's ache,
Uh-huh. Ache, right? Right. Perfect. Okay. Beth, line 4.
Mal, ach, mal, ach, malach, malach, malach.
Perfect. Alice, line 5.
Ache, ache, mal, ache, malache, malache.
And you know what that exclamation mark means, ladies. We have learned another word in Shalom Aleichem. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to skip Lucero. Let's go to line 7.
Oh, and I was practicing 6.
See, you were trying to beat the teacher.
Okay.
Malachi,
Malachi, Melech,
Melech,
Melech, Malachi, Malachi, Hamlachim, Malachi.
Malche, right? There's no vowel under the lamed, under the l. So it's just malche. Perfect.
Malachi.
Terry, line 8.
Melech, Hamlachim, Malachi, Melech, Malche, Hamlachim.
There you go. That was hard. Good job. Good
Those
job.
clues are just horrible.
I know. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Okay, Lila, back to you for line 9.
Okay. Malachi, Melech, Ha'olam, Shalom, Lachem, Shalom, Aleichem.
Wow, look at all that you guys know. Beth, line 10.
Shalom, lachem, malache, hashalom, malache, hashalom.
Beautiful. Okay, Claire, I muted you, so unmute yourself. Okay, there was a little background noise, so I muted you. Line 11.
Shalom, Lehem, Malachi, Shalom, Malachi, Malachim. Hamlachim.
Right. Mi melech.
Mi melech.
Hamlachim.
Lachim.
Perfect. Okay. Let's do this last line together. Shalom.
Shalom.
Aleichem.
Lay.
Malachei.
Hey.
Lay.
Melech.
Melech. Malachei.
Okay.
Hamlachim.
Him.
There we go. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go back to page 1. Hold on. I know people can see it. That was my intention. Okay. So we know the first 3 words, right?
Right.
Shalom, Aleichem, Malachei. We know the first 3 words of this line. Mimelech, Malchei, Hamlachim. We're getting there. We're almost there. And by the way, if you know the lines, all the even lines, 2, 4, 6, 8 are all the same. So when I say you know the first 3 of line 2, you also know the first 3 of line 4, line 6, and line 8. Okay. All right. Page 16. We have a new letter. And it's called a resh, and it says right? It's but in Hebrew, we roll our R's, not like Spanish really in the front, we roll it in the back.
Huh.
So if you can do that, great. If not, the is fine too. That's how we, when you hear people davening in a conservative shul, they do. Okay, so we know all the vowels. We're just adding a new letter to it, right? So I'll read the first line. Ro, ro, ri, ri, ra, ra, re, 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 re. Okay, Alice, you want to try line 2?
Rei, rei, rech, reil, reim, reish.
Perfect. I'm going to stop the share so I could see your faces. Okay. Line 3. Lucero, let's do that.
Ray, hooray, laray, maray, sharay, 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 sharay.
Perfect. Terry, line 4.
Share. Rare.
Huh?
Sharek. Sharel.
Mm-hmm.
Sharim. Sharesh. Sharesh.
Good job. Good job. All right, Lucero, did we get you? We just got you. Claire, line 5.
Asharei, Asharesh, Asharei, Asharesh, Asharei, Asharei.
Good. Okay. Line 6 is all the same. Malache hashare. Right? We know what we're gonna get to, right? We know what we're gonna get to. And line 7 is Malache hashalom. Right? That has nothing with our new, it has nothing with our new letter, but we are going to put it all together, right? So line 8 is Shalom, Alechem, Malachei, Hasharei. We know what's coming. Malachei. Next line is Mimelech, Malchei, Hamlachim. Right? So I'm just writing that down because I think 16 is a good page for me to record for you. Are we ready to learn I think this is going to be our last of the day. Let me see. Oh, good. We have review after that. Perfect. So page 17. New letter. So we're learning 3 letters today. One of them is silent, so hopefully it's not too confusing. Now, this is a tough, and it can either have a dot in it or not. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of background, which you don't necessarily need to know, but we talked about this when that the Orthodox movement pronounces this differently than we do. When there is no dot inside the letter, they call it a saf, and they pronounce it with a s, as opposed to when there's a dot in it, it's a taf, and they pronounce it with a t. We in the conservative movement pronounce it always with a t, right? So if you ever hear, I'm just going to open my Siddur here. You ever hear like a Kaddish, somebody will get up, and if they have, and if they grew up with the Ashkenazi accent, they will say Yiskadal v'Yiskadash, when it's actually Yitkadal v'Yitkadash, right? Have you heard that? Does that sound familiar? Okay, so that's what it is. It's not that you're pronouncing it wrong. We just have 2 different pronunciations between the Ashkenaz and what we in the conservative movement have adopted Hebrew, like, you know, modern Hebrew pronunciations, as opposed to the old time Ashkenazi. They're both correct, but I'm going to teach it as a ta, because that's how we do it. Okay. If you grew up with the other way, go for it and say it that way, and that's okay. All right. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable with the way they want to pronounce or do whatever. So, okay. Line 1. How about Alice?
T, T, te, 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 ta, ta, to, 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 to.
Perfect. Lila, line 2.
T, T, te, 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 ta, ta, to, ta.
Line 3, Beth.
T, 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 te, 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 ta, ta, to, to.
Perfect. Line 4, Terry.
8. Late. Mate. Shate. Tate. 8. 8. Hate. Rate.
Okay. Lucero, line 5.
Rate, 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 cha, rate, charade, charade, charade.
Beautiful. Claire, line 6.
Sha, sha, ray, ray, te, te, charette, no, charade, te, charette.
Good. Beth, line 7.
Shah. I'm going to try this. So is it Shar? Shar? How do you do that again?
Yeah, you did it.
Shar, Shar, Sharet, Ha, Shar, Ha, Sharet, Ha, Sharet. That it?
Beautiful.
Oh,
Lila, beautiful. I love it. Lila, line 8.
Malachi, Masharet, Malachi, Hasharet, Malachi, Hashalom.
Look at that. Ladies, we are, look at lines 9 and 10. We know. Let's say it together. Shalom.
Shalom,
Aleichem.
Malachi,
Hasharet.
Hasharet,
Malachi.
Melech.
Malachi.
Malachim.
Wow. So, and they have this music here because they want you to sing it. Shalom Aleichem. Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon. Right? Beautiful. We're getting there. So page 18 is another review, ladies, of everything that we have learned. Page 18 and 19. It's a big one. So, so you can see at the very top, let me share my screen again. Let's get there. Okay, here we go. So at the very top, we have these two silent letters, the hey, ch, l, m. This is a mem sophitic, m, right? Just like this is the same letter, just whether it comes in the middle or the end of the word. R, sh, t, t, e, a, e, a, o, and the shva is that stop, right? It doesn't, it's a silent, right? And then they're going to show you kind of, you know, they're going to start with the aleph and tell you what they have, and the ayin and the hey, and they're going to go through all of those letters. So these are the, I'm going to do page 16. I'm going to do 18 and 19. I'm going to record for you guys, but let's go through 18 and 19. Alice, line 1.
Malachei A, E, E.
Terry, line 2.
L, Eli, Elim.
The next line's also line 2. It kind of goes, see, there's
Okay.
no, that's okay.
Elo, Elo, Eloha,
Good.
Eloha, Eloha, Elohim, Elohim.
Perfect. Lucero, line 3.
Or ish asher orei et lot emet.
Ot, right, okay. Claire, line 4.
Malachei Shalom, Malachei El, Malachei Elohim.
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 Yep, good.
Elohim.
Lila, line 5.
Malachei or Malachei Eish.
Okay, Beth, line 6.
Al, lechem, el, al.
Alice, line 7.
Im, Am, Amo, Amim, Olam.
Lila, line 8.
Shema Melech Ha'olam Am Olam.
Claire, line 9.
Shema Melech Haolam El Olam.
Lucero, line 10.
Shema is that a?
Yep.
Is it
Am.
am or
You're
ain?
right.
Olam, Shalom, Al, Olam.
Perfect. Terry, line 11.
Har, he, he, ream,
Yes.
hey,
Now that second word here, im, that's not, that there should be a shva underneath the resh. It's he, reim, here, im, right? So
okay,
put a shva under that resh, because that's how I'm gonna say it when I do it on the tape. Or the recording, whatever. I say tape, but there's no tape involved. Okay, line 12, Beth.
Hamalachim, ha'olam, ha'amim.
Alice, line 13.
Elohim, 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 Elohim,
Elohechem. Right? Elohechem, right? Perfect, perfect. All good, all good. All right, Lila, line 1 on the next page. Are we ready for the next page?
I'll try.
Okay, that's all I ask is that you try. Nobody's gonna ever be perfect, not even me, guys. Come on.
Okay. Sharei, har, hirim, meirosh, meishit.
Reshit, right?
Reshit,
Okay.
reshit.
I wasn't
Sorry.
sure. Sometimes it's hard for me to hear, you know, because it's on the computer, whether, you know, if you got it right or not. Okay. Claire, line 2.
Orei, Shir, Shamor, Amar, Resh.
Perfect. Lucero, line 3.
Shareit, Shalom, Shir, Shame, Shmo, Shmeh, Shameh, what's that? Shimcha.
Perfect. Perfect. So these last 3 words on line 3 are difficult. It's shemo, shemecha, shimcha, right? So the where you kind of stop and start moves around. So it's tough. Terry, line 4.
Shema, she, she, shalishi, shell, shay, shet,
Good. Beth, line 5.
Aish, Ish, Asher, Shamor. Yeah, that R.
It's hard. It is
It
hard.
is hard.
It's hard. Yeah. Lila, line 6. A lot of words here.
Okay. Shareit, et, ot, oto, emet, she, excuse me, sheshet, reshit.
Good. Great. Alice, 7.
Torah, Tehillah, Tamar, Tov.
Good. Claire, line 8.
Orat, Emet, Achalit.
Right. Tachlit. There's no vowel under the cha, right? Tachlit. Perfect. Good, good, good. Lucero, line 9.
Melech, Emlachim, what was that? Emlechei,
Malche.
Oh, Malhay.
Yeah, you switched it. You did the vowel before the letter, but that's
Uh-huh.
very common.
Malhay.
Malache.
Malahay.
Right. Malache. Perfect, perfect.
Malahay.
Okay, good, good. Terry, line 10.
Shemo, Shemak, Shema, Shimcha, Ta, Tamar, Hey, no, me, May, Mela, Mel, Mel, Mel,
That's going to be May Roche, right? That's our
May
new
Roche.
letter, the resh, with the O sound on top. Now you have, that's a hard word. You then have the aleph there, which has no vowel under it, so it says nothing. So let me share my screen. So if this letter wasn't here, it would be the same thing. Rosh. And if the vowel and if the aleph is there, it's the same thing. Merosh.
Mhm.
Merosh, right? Mayrosh. So it's a tough word. It's not easy. Not easy, Terry. All right, Beth, line 11.
Shamor, that R
You
thing.
got it. You got it.
That was like the French from high school. Shamor, Emet, Shema.
Yep. Lila, line 12.
Shalom Aleichem.
That was easy. Claire, line 14. Line 13. Sorry. I'm skipping. I don't know why.
Sham, lam, hirim, hirim,
This is, I think we just had this one. He, him. Right? So it's as if there's a shva under the resh. Here, im.
hear him.
Him.
Oh, okay, there's a shva under, okay.
Well, there, you know, that's how you should pronounce it because there's nothing under it. So you should pause. Kind of, it's 2 syllables. Here, im. Right? It's a tough one. Okay, Lucero, line 14.
Melech, Melachim, Hamilachim.
Perfect. Alice, oh wait, Lucero, you got the 3 more words.
Oh, I
'cause
got
it's-
another one.
You got another 3 words on your line.
Okay. Malhay, Malachei, Shalom, Eleim, no, Elha,
Let's do it. Aleichem. It's a lot. It's a
Oh.
mouthful.
Shalom Aleichem. Okay,
La Aleichem, right.
thank you.
All right. Terry, do 15 and 16 because 15's kind of easy.
Al, shall, Lishi, to, Hila, Tach, Leet.
Good. Lila, line 17 and 17, 18, and 19. It's 5
Whoa.
words.
Okay.
It's only 5 words.
Malchei, Malachei, Melech, Shimcha, Amcha.
There we go. So we finished this, whatever unit this is, unit 3 or unit whatever, no, unit 2, right? Yeah, because the next is unit 3. So we finished this. I'm gonna tape for you. I think if I just tape 18 and 19, it's everything we've learned, right? Let me go back up to 16 because I wrote down 16 as a good one.
That's
Yeah,
all.
I'll do 16. I'll do 16 also, just because it has the resh in it. So I'll tape 16, I'll tape 18, and I'll tape 19. 18 and 19 is a lot. So if you don't want to do 16, I'll do 16 as one recording, and I'll do 18 and maybe, I don't know if I'll do 18 and 19 as 1 or 2. But if you only have time for one thing, do 18, 19. More 19 than 18 because 19 is the new stuff. So again, I'm like, you know, if you only have time for a little bit, do 19. If you have time for more, do 18, and then you can go back to 16. You guys are doing so great. I can't even, I could tell that you're practicing during the week. Even if it's just a little bit, because there's a lot of letters here. We have learned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I'm going to count the suffix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 letters. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 vowels. We've learned a lot this is our 3rd week, right? Is that our 3rd class? Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, this is our 4th class. Yeah. No, our 3rd.
May I ask a question?
Of course.
Okay, on line 13, the resh under the last word, you said there's a shava under the resh.
I'm saying pretend there's a shava under the resh. When you pronounce it, you're going to pronounce it in 2. It's here, im.
Hirim. Okay. My question is on line 16, the last word, tachlim, is there a shava under the ch?
Yes. Tachlit. It's 2 syllables. Yes.
Tachlit.
Same
Sorry.
thing.
Okay. I guess.
When you don't have a vowel underneath something, it's going to be a syllable, right? And whether it has the shava under or not. So if you look at line, again, I'm going to share my screen so I could point to things. If you look at line 16, tehillah, right? If that shava wasn't there, it would be tehillah. It's a slight difference. Tehillah, tehillah. Same thing with this tachlit. Tachlit or tachlit, right? In that situation, so it's tricky, I guess is the word I'm trying to say. It's tricky. Hebrew is much more straightforward than English as far as how you read it and that sort of thing. But we have exceptions just like we do in English. So.
Is it because it's not followed by a vowel?
Right. When there's no vowel, it depends on whether it's a hard stop or it's just kind of a stop. And that's really more grammatical than anything.
Okay. Yeah, because like I noticed in Malakim on line 17, we have the aleph afterwards, so we don't need the shava under the lamed.
Right, it's mal, it's still two syllable, it's three syllables, malache, right, malache. Malche, sorry, malche. And if there was a shava, it would be malche. It's very slight, but it's, you know, it's whether it's
Thank you.
how far you stop, how long you stop for. So it's a little tricky, but good. I just want you to know that we're about a month ahead of time. So
Wow, that's
I
great.
had predicted that we would get to where we are now on March 20th. And I had dedicated the entirety of next, like, you know, I'm already, you know, well into whatever I had decided I was going to do. I was actually going to make this page, these two review pages, an entire class. But you guys are picking it up, and I don't feel like we need to go over it 3 and 4 times, right?
Right.
Does anybody else feel like we need to go over it again, or?
No.
You're going to have my recording and you're going to, you know, review it and that sort of thing. So,
Mhm.
okay. So I guess these classes are more like 45 minutes as opposed to an hour. And if we need to take a break in the middle, we always can for 5 minutes. But anybody have anything coming up this week they're excited about that they want to share with us? No, everybody's got a boring week. Okay, boring is good sometimes, guys. Boring is good.
Same old, same old.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good sometimes. Sometimes too much excitement is not good.
Right. Lymor, the classes are wonderful. Thank you so much.
I'm so
Thank
glad
you.
that you guys are enjoying it and that you're learning, and that's all that matters. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to tape these for you and I'll send them right out so you have them. And anything you need, just pop me an email or text me throughout the week and I'll get back with you if you need anything, okay?
Thank you, Lymor.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Have a
Lymor.
great week. I'll
Have a
see you
nice
next
week.
week, guys.
Have a good
Thank you.